So what was my first invention? My attempted first invention, and how did it go? So we were at Koshland Way. I was 13, 14 years old. You know, when I was brought back, I was met with a death stare. The way Sveto greeted me, I was this happy, like jolly kid. And the only expression Sveto would give me was total blankness. And I think it's a form of psychological abuse he probably learned in Yugoslavia, just a blank fucking stare. And I would try, just like now, how I try to relate to people and they're doing the exact same shit. Like all these people around me are doing the exact same shit. I'm like, hey, how are you? And they just neg hit you as what it's called. My first invention, we were at Koshland Way in that apartment. I think it was 837 Koshland Way, I think, or 839, second floor, left unit on the left once you get up the stairs. And I was trying to relate. You know, he kept being negative and I kept being positive. Just as this proves, just as this situation proves, these people keep being negative, I keep being positive. I'm trying to relate to Sveto. I try to relate to him because he was into technology. And I was like, all right. And I told him, I said, hey, look, you know the button on the car for the window? Why don't we make a button that can automatically tint the window? And he gave me the typical, that can't ever happen, we could never fucking do that, could never fucking happen. And I think 2-3 years ago I saw on the TV, or I think on the TV or heard somewhere, that someone had invented self-tinting windows. That was my first fucking invention. That was my first attempted invention at 13, 14 years old. And I have something to learn from these people. These fucking, these child killer leeches. I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real here. I mean, none of these people have anything that would make anything valid in their whole fucking thing. Yes, that was my first fucking attempt at invention. And yeah, that's how it was met. So Sveto and Shayna told me he was a housemate. She didn't even tell me she was married to him. I found that out at school. I went to Westlake. It was like 6th grade. They waited a whole year to even tell me that. They didn't tell me. And the teacher called me up. I forget which teacher. And she was like, oh, your stepdad called. I was like, my stepdad? I don't have a stepdad. Imagine what kind of abuse that is to a kid. After everything I'd gone through, to be brought into a house. Shayna told me, oh, this is my housemate. He's just a housemate. And he would just give me the stare, like that. He would just stare like this. That was the only expression he ever fucking gave me. And I am the way I am, and I would try to like relate, and that was it. Only this. Always. That was it. That was the whole extent of our interaction. I always, you know, jolly, as I naturally am predisposed to be, I try to relate to the fucking idiot. And I knew he was into technology. I said, yeah, you know the button on the window? Like, why don't we make it self-tinting? You're stupid, you can't. It's impossible. Fuck you. 2 or 3 years ago, I saw on TV someone invented the fucking thing, dude. So, I mean, this is it. Anyone who said, I mean, what message are you guys trying to send to the fucking world? What message are you people trying to send to the world with this movement? You know,